and experience.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And it's a little weird to say 2024 is my first time.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed your vacation.
Yeah, it was not too warm down in Florida, but definitely warmer than here.
Yep, and you mentioned wearing shorts, and meanwhile, everyone in Florida is looking at you funny because you're from New York, and I'll be the same way. If I'm in Florida and it's 60s out, I'll be wearing some shorts. Now, we're not wearing shorts is here locally. It's a little cool out there this morning, and we do have some winter weather advisories in effect. So we'll break it down right now. We got purple on the screen right there. That indicates a winter weather advisory. It's one of the lowest of the advisories, as you can see on the top bar right here, going from left to right, goes from the lowest impact to the highest impact, all the way to a blizzard warning. But as you can see, that purple indicates you could see some slick spots, especially heading up, if you do head up into Lewis County, just outside the Tug Hill region. Still looking at cloudy skies here locally, temperatures in the low 30s, still above freezing in the Utica-Rome region. But as you look out to the west, we're talking about some lake effect snow starting to take place right now. This won't be anything major, but again, we're talking about snow showers primarily north of the Mohawk Valley today. And then as the wind direction shifts, that'll push south overnight tonight, producing maybe a dusting to as maximum 2 inches in the Mohawk Valley. Nothing major at this point. But again, for today, highs in the mid-30s, cloudy, some drizzle, and a few flurries here and there. We're talking about those snowfall chances for this evening, heading into tonight, and into tomorrow in detail coming up. Back over to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. A new year, a new mayor in...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning, welcome back. It's time for your morning and evening commute cast for your Wednesday. First off, a live view of downtown Utica looking at Oriskany Boulevard. And one thing that is different compared to yesterday morning, the road's a little wet as you head out. We're dealing with some light mist here in the Mohawk Valley, and that is from lake effect all the way from Lake Erie. That moisture is trapped near the surface heading into our area, which is currently above freezing at 33 degrees. Across the Utica area as well, looking down Genesee Street, you can see, of course, wet roads here. Arterial looking a little damp as well. And finally, down at Route 8, Route 20 Bridgewater connection right there. And still a little iffy to see over an I-90 in Herkimer and Mohawk. Similar story, though, with relatively quiet conditions this morning. So for your morning and evening commute, besides some light drizzle and a few flurries throughout today and into tonight, flurries most likely in the highest elevations. No real travel impacts are expected. This will change by tomorrow with scattered snow showers early tomorrow morning. Details on that coming up. Back over to you.
Eric, thanks. Harvard President Claudine Gay is...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. After quiet and cool weather today, the cool weather sticks around, but the quiet weather does not. We're dealing with just some light drizzle and a few flurries today from lake effect as more scattered snow showers push through overnight tonight and early tomorrow. A live view of downtown Utica from our Nexus Center camera. Temperatures here in the Mohawk Valley, especially the Utica-Rome area, above freezing at 33 degrees. That's a different story as you head anywhere outside of the Mohawk Valley. Those temperatures have fallen either 32 or lower. And regardless, it feels a little cooler out with that decent western breeze. These breezy conditions will be more common as we head into tomorrow, with wind chills possibly down into the 20s, teens, and eventually single digits overnight. The bigger picture we are dealing with, again, as you can see here, light lake effect response, but a cold front approach from Canada, and this will whisk through central New York and push through some scattered snow showers overnight and into early tomorrow. And for right now, on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at top of the radar, we're only seeing some light response picked up by some of the radars right now, some light drizzle that you can't see as it's so close to the surface in the Utica area along I-90. But as you look up to the north, there is currently lake effect snow showers. And this is what we're looking at for today. Light snow showers in the North Country. Highest snowfall accumulations, as expected with lake effect events, will be in the Tug Hill region north of Camden. Continuing into this afternoon and this evening, possibly a stronger lake effect response from Lake Erie into the Mohawk Valley by around 7 p.m. or so. But again, we're not talking about much accumulation with this system. Then, overnight tonight into early tomorrow, that cold front pushes through and you can see the scattered snow showers by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. This will be the best chance of us seeing snow throughout this two-day event. Then we can get some sunshine peeking out by the evening on Thursday before more lake effect snow begins to push through as we head into Friday. How much snow are we talking about? Well, generally 2 to 4 inches in the highest elevations up near Old Forge, Boonville, Camden, but 4 to 8 in the Tug Hill region. The rest of central New York in the trace to 2-inch range. Now, we're going to be continuing to mention this system and provide updates on the system heading into this weekend. And for right now, because so far this is currently out in California, it hasn't even developed yet into a winter storm or whatever you want to call it. So because it's so far out, again, don't trust any snowfall forecast more than 3 days in advance. And as you can see here, we're now entering the heads up stage. And for right now, the system is still trending south. That's where most of that snow is most likely to fall. But of course, if it trends north or south, we will of course provide information to all of you. For today, highs in the mid-30s, cloudy, drizzle, a few flurries tonight. Into the 20s as the snow showers push south. Your 7-day forecast. After Friday, that push of lake effect snow continues north, then drying out Friday evening. Then Saturday also starting out dry, but we're still monitoring that wintry system heading into Saturday night and into early Sunday. And compared to when you left New York and when you came back, a little different. You think you brought the cool weather back with you?
Yeah, it is a little chilly, but still, the snow lovers out there aren't getting what they need.
Yeah, still pretty low.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some this week. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:24.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a lot of those snow lovers out there looking forward to some snow, but probably not that much this week, right?
Yeah, not a whole lot. If for those of you who are interested in going up to the Tug Hill area, maybe a different story, some accumulating snow up there. But here in the valley, as with this winter so far, trace of 2 inches, trace 2 inches here and there. The snow isn't just adding up as it has in past seasons. So we're dealing with that tonight and into tomorrow. Today, though, light drizzle. Those temperatures climb above freezing with relatively overcast skies. And a look at where the winter advisories are in effect. Notice the purple in some of the counties, especially Oswego County and Lewis County, not anywhere in Oneida, Herkimer, and Otsego counties at this point. And that's for the possibility of some slick spots on roads as accumulating snow on the Tug Hill Plateau will likely form from this system. But as you can see here in the Mohawk Valley, in the Utica-Rome area, temperatures are in the low 30s, just above freezing in the lowest elevations, and just some light drizzle taking place right now. It's still just warm enough in the lowest elevations to not produce any snow at this point. But as you can see on the radar, there's a singular snow band just south of Buffalo in western New York, but also a push of some light snow in Chenango County, and of course, lake effect heading into the Tug Hill area at this point. And so for today, again, a little unsettled with temperatures in the mid-30s for highs, cloudy, some light drizzle, and a few snow showers in those highest or higher elevations. And for tonight, these snow showers will push south from a cold front. We're talking about scattered snow showers for early tomorrow morning. And then after that, though, look at what to expect for Friday and then eventually into the weekend coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. New this morning, the deputy head of Hamas.
The Cooperstown Camp is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Good morning and welcome back. Well, it's time now to showcase the weather photo of the day. This one is going to be a cool one. Take a look at this right here, a Blue Mountain Fire Tower looking over a blue sky. However, to this just on the bottom, you can see some low-level clouds, and what you can see in the tower is what's called rime ice. That happens when you've got very strong wind speeds and the ice freezes as the wind blows through it. So you can see like just shards of ice collecting on parts of the tower. Very cool photo sent in by Bob. And if you would like to have your picture showcased here on News Channel 2 at sunrise, as well as posted on our Facebook page, be sure to send it to our website. That link right there, wktv.com/weather/pics. A live look at the radar right now. We are dealing with just a few scattered light flurries and drizzle here and there from lake effect. The weather is a little bit more unsettled today compared to yesterday, but again, nothing major regarding rain or snow is expected with this event. And for tonight, that changes as lake effect snow showers will start to push south into parts of central New York. I'll explain in more detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. An earthquake on the East Coast may seem unusual, but there.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday. After quiet and cool weather yesterday, today is a little bit more unsettled with some damp roads out there due to some light mist in the lowest elevations. A live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. As you can see there, well, the road's a little wet along Risky Boulevard right now, but no major weather system is expected for today, with temperatures hovering just above freezing in the low 30s, 33 degrees. Feels like 27 with that decent west-southwest breeze. A live look at the radar right now. We've got lake effect snow showers starting to form in the Tug Hill region in Lewis County. In the Mohawk Valley, again, light drizzle, and you can see just a weak disturbance in the southern valleys, producing some light flurries here and there. And for today, that's what we're expecting. Lake effect snow showers primarily north of I-90 in northern Ada County. And what I mean by northern Ada County is north of Rome, into parts of Camden, into Boonville, parts of Old Forge as well, seeing the clouds and some light snow showers throughout the day. If things end up absolutely perfectly, we could see a thin snow band start to move along I-90 from Lake Erie. But again, we're not talking about anything major with this snow band. There's lacking deep moisture with this system. Then, tonight and early tomorrow, a cold front sweeps through from the north, bringing scattered snow showers into most of central New York. Our best chance of seeing snow within the next 48 hours before things do quiet down heading into Thursday evening. Another push of light snow possible heading into Friday. And so how much snow are we talking about? Well, the typical locations from lake effect events will see the highest total, especially northern portions of Oneida County. Tug Hill, obviously the most with 4 to 8 inches of snow, then 2 to 4 in the highest elevations in northern to central Herkimer County. Rest of central New York in that trace to 2-inch range. Now, to the big story regarding that wintry system that everyone's talking about. It's on national news, it's on social media. This is why we don't talk about things or put out forecasts this far in advance. So we are now in the 3 to 4 day range, giving you the heads up. Now, this is because, where is that storm? Well, it's still in California. It hasn't even formed yet. So making a track and making a forecast as it's still thousands of miles away is definitely something that is entirely guesswork and is not intuitive to give you guys a logical forecast. But the overall weather patterns, at least for right now, are favoring the system to continue a southerly and weakening trend. As you can see here, it has moved farther south than we saw yesterday. And of course, we'll show you updates heading into tonight, into tomorrow, depending on if it shifts north or south, strengthens or weakens. And then eventually, if this does end up becoming a local situation where we will put out a snowfall forecast as needed. But again, it's still far too early to tell. So for today, highs in the mid-30s, cloudy, some drizzle and flurries. Tonight, snow pushes south, a low of 29 degrees, your 7-day forecast. Snow chances highest Thursday morning, drying out after Friday evening into early Saturday. Again, we're monitoring that system heading into Saturday night and into Sunday.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And with a new year, the hope of some snow for those snow lovers out there, and maybe a little this week, right?
Yeah, maybe a little. As with the past month or so, it's been like trace to 2 inches here and there in the Utica area, and it's so far only added up to just under 7 inches of snow, well behind average. But there will be some snow accumulating, the highest chance in the Tug Hill region, as lake effect snow is currently taking place right now. As a matter of fact, there are winter weather advisories in effect for portions of Oswego and Lewis County. Not in Oneida, Herkimer, and Otsego County for today, but the purple indicates the lowest advisory level. As you can see, the alerts on the top of your screen go from left to right, being the less impactful to most impactful. And it's mainly due to some accumulating snow on the roads, slick spots, but if you do end up heading up there today, that's what you could be expecting from lake effect snow showers. Around the state, well, here locally, temperatures are in the low 30s, just above freezing in Rome at 33 degrees with cloudy skies and some light drizzle here and there. And you can notice south of Buffalo, a much more impressive lake effect isolated band. However, lake effect snow showers a little more scattered as you look into our local area, especially again in Lewis County and into portions of northern Herkimer County at this point. And for today, again, a little more unsettled than yesterday with clouds, light drizzle, and a few flurries here and there. Snowfall chances will increase tonight as a cold front sweeps through from the north, bringing scattered snow showers by early tomorrow morning. After that, though, we do dry out for Thursday evening and another chance for some snow heading into early Friday. We're also talking about that all too important weekend forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, a new year, a new...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good Wednesday morning. Welcome back. Time now for your morning and evening commute cast. First off, a live view of downtown Utica along Risking Boulevard from our Nexus camera. Temperature hovering in the low 30s, just reaching 32 degrees, down a degree from an hour or so ago. Roads a little wet as patches of light mist and drizzle have pushed through the lower elevations and a few flurries as you head up in the higher elevations. Regardless, though, a look across the Utica area. As you can see, the arterial traffic starting to pick up right now as rush hour is approaching. Some traffic along Route 8, Route 20, the intersection of Bridgewater, and also a live view of North Genesee Street looking down into Utica. No travel issues are expected for this morning, aside from those wet roads, but wet being relative. Heading into this evening, again, cloudy skies, patches of light drizzle and flurries here and there. That'll change as tomorrow approaches. A cold front will push through into the Mohawk Valley tomorrow morning, producing a chance for some scattered snow showers. We'll have a look latest in that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Harvard President Claudine.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Wednesday. The new year continues with cool weather. However, today, a little bit more unsettled. Here's a live view of downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. You're looking at some damp roads from some light mist earlier on this morning, patchy at times, and temperatures hovering in the 30s in the Mohawk Valley, just above freezing. Different story as you head up north. 33 Westmoreland, 30 degrees in Deansboro, 26 as you head up north into Big Moose. Lastly, Little Falls, 32 degrees. Southern Valleys, 30s and 20s, 31 Cooperstown, down I-88, 27 Oneonta, and finally 30 degrees in Unadilla. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar. Oh, right now we're dealing with lake effect snow showers primarily in the Tug Hill Plateau region. And besides that, some light patchy drizzle and flurries, excuse me, here and there. But it's hard to see on the radar right now as it's all very close to the surface, below where the radar beams can detect it. And as for our skycast for today, some light lake effect snow and flurries in the North Country, some drizzle in the Mohawk Valley as those temperatures climb into the mid-30s for highs in the lowest elevations. Heading into this evening, If wind direction sets up absolutely perfect down I-90, we could see a thin lake effect snow band, but again, nothing major with this snow band this evening into tonight. The snow primarily sticks to the North Country until early tomorrow morning as a cold front sweeps south and pushes scattered snow showers into central New York. Our most likely chance of seeing snow here in the Utica area over the next 48 hours. As that pushes through, things do dry out with even some clearing skies heading into the evening right before sunset. And so looking at snowfall forecast totals, well, generally 2 to 4 inches in the highest elevations up in the North Country, Old Forge, and in parts of Boonville as well, 4 to 8 inches in the Tug Hill Plateau area. Again, this is a typical lake effect snow event setup, nothing out of the ordinary here. Trace 2 inches possible in lower elevations south. Now, to the big story, everyone's been talking about it on main news channels, social media, even weather apps as well. Talking about a storm this weekend, a winter storm this weekend. Well, it's too far out still. The storm hasn't even formed yet. It's all the way out in California, still has to form down the southern coast and then push back up north again. So for right now, the trend is it's pushing south, but again, it's too early. It keeps wobbling back and forth. There's inconsistent data. So if you do see any snowfall forecasts, either from any media or on social media, don't trust it just yet until we get more details. For today, highs in the mid-30s, cloudy with drizzle and flurries. Tonight, scattered snow showers as push south, temperatures in the 20s. 7-day forecast. Snow chances for today and for tomorrow and early Friday. Friday evening is drying up as well as early Saturday. And again, we're also tracking those snow chances heading into Sunday. And as you come back after your vacation in Florida, enjoying the warm weather, you brought with it the cool weather back to New York.
Definitely a lot cooler here, but hopefully for the snow lovers out there, they'll finally get a little bit of snow.
Yeah, just hopefully.
Yeah. Eric, thanks, and be sure to like us on Facebook. And
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, I'm meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you live up in the Tug Hill area, you are the beneficiaries of some snow, right?
Yes, that's right. We got some snow showers in the forecast for the Tug Hill Plateau area. Here in the Mohawk Valley, we're going to be in that situation again where we got that trace of 2 inches. Not a favorable setup for a lot of snow, but enough for maybe a dusting to as high as 2 inches. And higher totals possible, of course, in the North Country. But first, though, we're taking a look at the latest winter weather advisories. We got purple on the map right now, which indicates the lowest level weather alert for snow. And it's primarily for the possibility of accumulating snow and, of course, slippery roads, slick roads, as if you do head up into portions of Lewis County, either today, tonight, or parts of tomorrow, as between 4 to 8 inches of snow is expected in parts of the area up there. Here locally, a different story, not seeing that much snow at all. Around the state, temperature-wise, in the Utica-Rome area, just above freezing still, 33 degrees at Griffith and Rome, but as you look out to the west, there's reports of snow falling from Buffalo to as far east as Rochester from that thin lake effect band you can see just to the western portion of New York. But heading into our local area, a little less organized, but still present, is lake effect snow showers, again, taking place in the Tug Hill Plateau. Aside from that area, there's patches of light drizzle in the Mohawk Valley and light flurries in other areas as well. And that'll be the main story for today. A little unsettled with chances for, again, drizzle and flurries here and there with mostly cloudy to mostly overcast skies. Tonight, our best chance of seeing snow showers as a cold front pushes through by early tomorrow morning. Bring with it the chance for at least maybe a dusting of snow minimum for parts of the area. I'll explain in more detail in that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. New this morning, the
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Good morning. We have a very cool weather photo to show you all today. This one taken atop a mountain. Take a look at this right here. Blue Mountain Fire Tower from Bob Hutchins. Look at how icy that is right there. And also behind that too, blue skies, and you can see that cloud layer just below it as well. It's a breathtaking photo. I've been to the fire towers in some of the places up in the Adirondacks, but I've never been when it's been this icy. And this is called rime ice. This happens when you got strong wind speeds as well as those frigid temperatures. And with the wind blowing so strong, the ice collects in very sharp edges, as you can see right here. Now, locally and currently on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at top of the radar, well, it's quiet for the most part right now. We got patches of light drizzle in some locations where it is above freezing and a few flurries in areas where it is below freezing. But the main story is that lake effect snow taking place up near Tug Hill and a few slight snow showers working its way slowly into northern Herkimer County. Snow today will be weak and isolated at times. However, more scattered snow showers are expected tonight and into tomorrow from a cold front. I'll explain in more detail the timing and impact coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. An earthquake on the East Coast may
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. The new year continues with a cooler weather pattern in store with some more unsettled weather in the forecast, especially into tonight. A live view of downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Traffic continuing to pick up at this point. And for those of you heading out right now, those temperatures are in the 30s in the lowest elevations. 33 degrees in Westmoreland, 32 Little Falls, 30 Deansboro, a little cooler, 26 up north in Big Moose. And finally, in Southern Valleys, 20s and 30s, 31 Cooperstown, 26 degrees, Nevis, 27 in Oneonta. In a live view of the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, most of it is looking pretty quiet. However, we're talking about lake effect snow in the North Country, especially in the Tug Hill Plateau at this point. There is some patches of light drizzle and flurries here and there in the Mohawk Valley and south, but unfortunately, with it being so close to surface, the radar cannot detect it near the ground. But regardless, for today, we're talking about lake effect snow showers, again, in the northern portion of our area, northern Herkimer County, Lewis County. The Tug Hill region will see the most snowfall for today. And as you can see here in the Mohawk Valley, those temperatures do climb into the mid-30s, so if you see any snow showers, very unlikely it'll accumulate at least this afternoon, maybe just a few patches of flurries and light drizzle. Tonight, lake effect snow showers becoming more scattered as the system pushes through from a cold front, and those temperatures will continue to fall as we head into Thursday afternoon with highs in the low 30s, cooling down into the 20s by Thursday afternoon and evening. And so regarding snowfall, well, we're talking about 2 to 4 inches of snow in the northern portion of our area, Herkimer County region, 2 to 4, 4 to 8 as you head closer to Tug Hill. But as with the rest of the Mohawk Valley and south, trace 2 inches, a typical lake effect event here in central New York, nothing major. This will be until Thursday evening. Now, there's a lot of buzz going out still about a potential winter storm this weekend, and we're going to give you the latest details on that. First off, it's still at a heads-up stage. No snowfall forecast because it hasn't formed yet. Still out in California. It has to travel the entire country before it even reaches us, and any minor fluctuations could change that snowfall forecast. So if you do check phone weather apps and stuff or social media, if anything is giving you any snowfall forecast for totals, don't trust it just yet, as it still could wobble north and south at this point. It is trending more south and weakening with the latest data, but of course, as it gets closer, we'll find more information. For today, highs in the mid-30s, cloudy, drizzle, and a few flurries. Tonight, down into the 20s as snow pushes south into central New York. Your 7-day forecast, again, snow showers early Thursday morning, drying out Thursday evening. Another push of some light snow showers Friday, drying out Friday evening and into Saturday. And again, we're tracking that winter system as it approaches by Saturday night and into Sunday. But as with the common trend heading into the new year as well, it has been a cool one and more snow chances as well. We're no longer seeing those rainy chances here and there.
Now, you're watching News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW 11 with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you live up in the Tug Hill area, you're used to getting snow. You're going to get some more snow, and we down here are used to not getting any, and we're not getting much, right?
Yeah, pretty much took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, we got snow in the forecast for the Tug Hill Plateau. Should see roughly 4 to 8 inches up there, but here in the Mohawk Valley, as with this past season, it's been hit or miss, trace 2 inches, dusting, no snow at all, and so that's a similar story as we head into the next 48 hours. They look at the local advisories right now. There are winter weather advisories, those purple highlighted counties right there indicating the lowest weather alert for snow. Basically means that there could be some slick spots on roads with the lake effect snow band already starting to form in portions of Oswego and Lewis counties just south of Watertown. But of course here in Oneida, Herkimer, and Otsego counties, no alerts are in effect at this point. Now, as the past few hours have progressed, the snow in Rochester has switched over to some light drizzle and a light rain. And for those of us in the Mohawk Valley, as those temperatures continue to climb above freezing, we'll be less likely to see the snow and more likely to see those drizzly conditions right there. And you can see right here on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at top of the radar, some snow showers already forming off of the Tug Hill region in Lewis County. And so again, for this morning, this afternoon, and this evening, relatively unsettled. Cloudy skies, patches of drizzle and flurries. Highest chance of seeing snow showers will be, of course, in the North Country. These snow showers will push south as we approach the overnight hours tonight. You also have a look at what to expect in detail for this coming weekend coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. A new year, a new mayor.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Cool weather continues with unsettled weather here and there as the afternoon continues on. Here's a live look of downtown Utica from our Nexus camera this morning. It's looking pretty quiet, overcast skies, some light drizzle, patchy at times here and there in the lowest elevations. Have they've risen relatively above freezing in some locations, 33 in Westmoreland, as well as the Utica-Rome area. A little cooler as you head down the Mohawk Valley. And the Southern Valley's temperatures in the 20s and 30s as well, all below freezing. A live look at the radar right now. What you can't see is some patches of light drizzle here and there, but the main focus is going to be up in the North Country. We can see right there just some lake effect snow showers taking place around the Tug Hill Plateau at this point and into portions of northern Herkimer County. And that'll be the main weather system today. Lake effect snow showers in the North Country, patches of some light snow possible this evening as we do get some favorable wind direction producing some lake effect from Lake Erie. Then tonight into early tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., that cold front from the north moves through central New York, pushing with it some snow showers. Our best chance of seeing snow here in the Utica area, and for those of you south. Then after that, things do quiet down with temperatures in the 20s by Thursday evening. And regarding snowfall, well, most of the snow will occur, of course, in the highest elevations, as with most lake effect snow events this time of year. 4 to 8 inches in the Tug Hill Plateau, 2 to 4 in the light blue area, trace 2 inches everywhere else. Now, another thing we are talking about too is all the buzz about a possible winter storm this weekend, which unfortunately there is a lot of hype behind it, and the basic facts are, well, it is still too early. Giving a heads up that it could develop because the storm isn't even a storm yet. It's actually low pressure up in California. It has to travel all across the southwest, southeast, and then eventually move up the coast. And anything minor in that track could change where it sets up here locally. And this is what we have right now, their latest long-range model guidance. It's trended more south and it has weakened. And As the days go on, we'll see more common trends of whether this will shift north, shift south. How much snow will it produce? Well, we'll let you know as we get roughly 2 a day in advance as the system gets closer, and of course we have more data available. For today, highs in the mid-30s, cloudy, drizzle, and a few flurries tonight. Snow showers push south, low at 29 degrees. 7-day forecast still remaining pretty cool for the next several days.
We are seeing some lake effect snow at this hour. The big question, will we be seeing any of that snow move down here to the Mohawk Valley? Meteorologist Eric Gage is tracking this system for us in the Weather Center. Eric, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Gary. Yeah, we're tracking some lake effect snow. Nothing major, but enough to produce at least a little bit of accumulation starting out in the Tug Hill Plateau. Taking a live look at the radar right now, you can see how the wind direction is shifting more southwesterly, meaning that it's mostly outside of our region for now. As a matter of fact, with those warmer surface temperatures up near Watertown, it's mixing in with some light rain as well. But again, those higher elevations are cold enough for snow to fall. And there's still some accumulation on the ground, especially in Tug Hill, 2 to 3 inches so far at this point. And as you can see here around the state temperature-wise in the Mohawk Valley, it is currently 36 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, so above freezing. Any precipitation right now will be on the rain side. However, heading into tonight, that will change as a cool down will bring with it the chance of some scattered snow showers from a cold front. And those winter weather alerts are in purple, winter weather advisories, but only, of course, for the Lewis County area, as there could be some slick roads up there if you were heading in that direction at all. But for today, cloudy with some drizzle and a few flurries here and there with highs in the mid-30s. Again, tonight we're cooling down. That cold front brings some scattered snow showers by early tomorrow morning. We're also tracking what to expect after tomorrow and into the weekend coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The killing of a Hamas are seeing some lake effect snow at this hour. The big question, will we be seeing any of that snow move down here to the Mohawk Valley? Meteorologist Eric Gage is tracking this system for us in the Weather Center. Eric, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Gary. Yeah, we're tracking some lake effect snow. Nothing major, but enough to produce at least a little bit of accumulation starting out in the Tug Hill Plateau. Taking a live look at the radar right now, you can see how the wind direction is shifting more southwesterly, meaning that it's mostly outside of our region for now. As a matter of fact, with those warmer surface temperatures up near Watertown, it's mixing in with some light rain as well. But again, those higher elevations are cold enough for snow to fall. And there's still some accumulation on the ground, especially in Tug Hill, 2 to 3 inches so far at this point. And as you can see here around the state temperature-wise in the Mohawk Valley, it is currently 36 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, so above freezing. Any precipitation right now will be on the rain side. However, heading into tonight, that will change as a cool down will bring with it the chance of some scattered snow showers from a cold front. And those winter weather alerts are in purple, winter weather advisories, but only, of course, for the Lewis County area, as there could be some slick roads up there if you were heading in that direction at all. But for today, cloudy with some drizzle and a few flurries here and there with highs in the mid-30s. Again, tonight we're cooling down. That cold front brings some scattered snow showers by early tomorrow morning. We're also tracking what to expect after tomorrow and into the weekend coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The killing of a Hamas.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, happy Wednesday. Today we're dealing with cloudy skies, some patches of light drizzle and flurries as lake effect is currently taking place north of our area near the Tug Hill Plateau. Here in Utica, a live view from our Nexus camera. We're still dealing with overcast skies right now. Temperatures hovering above freezing currently across the area. Starting out in the Mohawk Valley, 37 Westmoreland, 36 Whitesboro, 35 degrees Little Falls. A little cooler up in the North Country, 27 degrees in Big Moose. Heading into the Southern Valleys, 31 degrees in Oxford. Down 98, 30 degrees in Oneonta, 29 in Skenevis. Above freezing as you head up to Cooperstown. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler the radar. Nothing really notable here you can visibly see, but as we turn our attention to the North Country, we can actually see some snow showers taking place just up here. As a matter of fact, if I move the camera, we can see most of the snow is heading just south of Watertown, mixing in with some rain showers with those warmer temperatures near the surface. But snow has accumulated in the highest portions of Tug Hill at this point. And so what to expect for today? Well, still generally overcast skies. The lake effect snow still stays north for the most part. Then as the evening approaches, we're talking about a cold front arriving from the northwest. So push through around early tomorrow morning. Could cause some snow showers, some slight reduced visibility on the roadways as you head out the door tomorrow. But for the most part, expect snowy conditions to linger until about 7 and 9 a.m. before lingering flurries come to an end by around noontime, 1 p.m. with some clearing skies and cooler temperatures down into the 20s by 7 p.m. Wind chills down into the teens. So regarding snowfall, well, 2 to 4 inches expected in the typical areas in the North Country, Old Forge, northern Herkimer County, and 4 to 8 inches expected in the Tug Hill Plateau. Everywhere else seeing trace of 2 inches of additional snow. And regarding the talk of a snowstorm heading into the weekend, it's still 3 to 4 days out. And so just a heads up, we're not putting any snowfall totals out just yet because if you take a look at this right here, the storm has not even developed yet. It's still just a weakly rotating low pressure out in California. It still has to travel all across the southwest into the southeast and then eventually reaching the northeast. So because of that, so many minor things could happen that could impact the strength, the speed, the trajectory of it. But the early estimates right now is that this system is following a more southerly trend where the highest impact zones will be south of central New York. But this could wobble north or south, weaken or strengthen. This is the current estimate we have right now. As soon as we get more data, we'll be sure to let everyone know. And so for today, highs in the mid-30s, cloudy with some drizzle and a few flurries. Tonight, snow showers, temperatures falling into the 20s. Your 7-day forecast, still some snow showers early Thursday, drying out Thursday evening, and then a push of some light flurries Friday as the winds shift more southwesterly, then drying out Friday into Saturday. Still monitoring that wintry system Saturday night and into Sunday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Coming up, he was hiding in the possibility of some snow is in our forecast. Once again, here is meteorologist Eric Gage.
Yeah, we're tracking some snow showers, not here locally, but as a matter of fact, up to the north. If you're heading anywhere into portions of Lewis County, just south of Watertown, there's this lake effect snow band up there. There are winter weather advisories, the lowest level weather alert that the Weather Service puts out, and the areas in purple indicating a chance for some slick spots on roadways as you head into this afternoon, this evening, and overnight. The purple area could spread into Oneida County or Madison County by early tomorrow, but this isn't big enough to warrant any lake effect warnings at this point. You can see where the lake effect bands are right now, still just south of Watertown. The warmer temperatures near Watertown, as a matter of fact, keeping the precipitation as rain. Currently 36 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, so still above freezing here in the Mohawk Valley. Those temperatures will start to fall down into the low 30s tonight, with lake effect snow showers from a cold front pushing through by early tomorrow morning. That dries out by tomorrow afternoon. Plus, we have a look at any snowfall chances for Friday and into the weekend coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Authorities in South Carolina say 88 pounds of methamphetamine.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. The cold new year continues for the next few days. Still relatively quiet here in the Mohawk Valley. Some patches of light drizzle and flurries here and there from weak lake effect off of Lake Erie, but taking a live view in Cooperstown right now, currently 34 degrees, just above freezing. All that snow taking place is only isolated to the North Country, primarily in the Tug Hill region. More on that in just a second. Currently in the Mohawk Valley, above freezing, 36 degrees, Whitesboro 37, Westmoreland 34, Deansboro, a little cooler as you head up into the North Country, 30 degrees inlet, 27 degrees in Lake Pleasant. And then lastly in the Southern Valleys, 29, Skenevis, 30, Oneonta, 34 above freezing in Unadilla. Now, what we can see on the radar right now is relatively nothing, a few patches of light drizzle and flurries that is not picked up on the radar, but turning our attention to the Tug Hill region just south of Watertown, noticing some snow showers mixing with some rain as it's moving into the warmer temperatures just south of there. And for this afternoon, this is where most of the snow will take place. This evening, winds will start to shift from the south to the north, and that's when we'll start to see some of that snow overnight tonight. And so in our Skycast right now, still seeing those snow showers up in the North Country. By 7 p.m., you can start to see some of the wobbling take place from that lake effect band as it starts to push south. A few flurries, some light snow possible, but most of that snow will fall very quickly in early Thursday morning tomorrow right here across a lot of central New York before things do quiet down by Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening. And how much snowfall are we talking about? Well, 2 to 4 inches in the highest elevations in the North Country, 4 to 8 in the Tug Hill Plateau, and of course the rest of central New York, trace of 2 inches. Isolated hilltops down here could see a little more. Now, regarding the snowstorm that everyone's talking about on social media, on major news outlets and everything, on your weather app, it's probably putting out a forecast for a type of snow. Don't listen to that because it's still way too far out to determine exact snowfall totals. What I mean by that is the system is out in California. Hasn't even developed into a closed low pressure system capable of producing a nor'easter just yet. It still has all this distance to travel before it finally reaches the Northeast. So our early call right now is basically showing you what some of our long-range models are indicating, is that it's having a more southerly trend, and the highest impact zone, the darker blues, are still pushing south. But this will wobble north and south as we get more data, and we're sure to let you guys know as it does evolve. And so for today, highs in the mid-30s, cloudy with some drizzle and a few flurries tonight. Snow showers down into the 20s. 7-day forecast after Thursday afternoon, things do dry out. Early flurries possible Friday, then into Saturday, starting out dry, and we're talking about that possible wintry system by early Sunday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A foreign exchange student here in the U.S.
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Tracking a cold front tonight that will move in and produce some snow and colder temperatures as we head into tomorrow. So a touch more winter weather than we've been used to. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. If you're heading out this evening, the weather looks relatively quiet. We are getting some reports of some light drizzle and some icy spots across the North Country. That cold front will be dropping south and producing some light snow overnight. Current temperature is 35 degrees. Our weather headlines, we are tracking some light snow, colder temperatures tomorrow, and we also have an update on Sunday. Still several days away, but we're thinking widespread snow is expected and some early thoughts on how much can accumulate coming up. This evening, cloudy skies, temperatures in the 30s. Again, tracking some light snow tonight and tomorrow. We'll look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. 3 people were taken to the hospital.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. It looks like we're going to get a taste of more traditional winter weather here tonight and into tomorrow. That means some light snow, some colder temperatures. It looks like it's going to feel more like teens as we head into tomorrow night. Tonight, things look pretty quiet. If you're heading out, no traveling issues locally. To the north, a few slippery spots are possible. We're getting some reports of patchy, freezing drizzle in areas like Old Forge and Inlet. But I think a lot of this will fall as some light snow overnight. A shout out to General Herkimer Elementary School. Got a chance to visit the 3rd grade class today. They brought me some treats too, so that's always appreciated. And I also got a chance to bring Sky, who had a fun time. Got a chance to talk about weather. A lot of good questions. Tornadoes, hurricanes seem to be a very popular topic. January's changing weather. We're looking at colder temperatures, of course, as we head throughout the month, but it doesn't get that much colder from today through the 31st. We gain 52 minutes of daylight throughout the course of the month. Cold tomorrow, temperatures start out in the 30s. Temperatures drop into the 20s throughout the day, but look at the wind chill. As the winds pick up tomorrow, it's going to feel like teens, so get ready for some colder weather throughohout the day. Sky watchers tonight, 34 in Whitesboro, 31 in Forest Port Curtis with 30 degrees, Middleville 35, Milford, Mark checks in with 32. A cold front arrives tonight and it brings some light snow to our area late tonight and into early tomorrow. 7 o'clock in the morning, a brief burst of snow for the morning commute, and then the weather starts to dry out. It turns colder and breezy throughout the day. Clouds give way to sunshine. Cold tomorrow night, temperatures drop down into the teens and single digits. Cold and dry weather on Friday. Snowfall expected tonight and early tomorrow, a trace to 2 inches for the Mohawk and southern valleys. Where lake effect snow lingers to the north, a quick, fluffy 2 to 4 inches of snow possible for Boonville and Old Forge, 4 to 8 inches of snow expected along the Tug Hill. We're continuing to follow a coastal storm expected to develop and move in for Sunday. The general path of the storm looks to bring the heavier snow just south of our area, so it looks like we'll see some accumulation here, but it's still early to put out snowfall numbers. We're still about 3.5 days away from the bulk of this accumulation. We anticipate putting out a snowfall map tomorrow with some of our first thoughts. Snow pushes south tonight, a low of 29. Tomorrow, snow showers early, an early high of 32, but again, it gets much colder throughout the day. A cold day Friday, 29 for the high, partly sunny skies, mostly cloudy, dry on Saturday, 35. Light snow Sunday. Highs in the low 30s, dry Monday. Another weather system that looks to be more impactful in terms of wind expected Tuesday night and into Wednesday. That, again, from this point, could bring a wintry mix. Still a ways out, but this looks to be a much more active pattern than what we've been used to.
Right. Bill, thank you.
Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. And tonight, well, we're looking at the snowfall forecast because we've got some issues overnight. Nothing terrible, but something we need to keep an eye on, right?
Yeah, and I think sometimes these events get lost in the noise because there's just been this fixation on what happens on Sunday. Rightfully so. It's a bigger event affecting a lot more people. But we don't want to forget about things like this. Tomorrow morning, do expect to see some light snow. Some accumulation is expected for your morning commute, and it is going to get a lot colder. Let's take a look at the radar this evening. Things are looking quiet. What we're tracking is a cold front that drops in from the north that is going to instigate the lakes. We're expecting some lake effect snow showers along with much colder temperatures as we head into tomorrow. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking quiet for now. We are still above freezing, 35 degrees. We've had a lot of very mild nights here in central New York. I know we don't think about 35 degrees as being warm, but it's January. We're supposed to be in the teens at night, but again, it's going to be another relatively mild night. We'll drop down into the upper 20s. Colder weather does arrive tomorrow, along with some snow. Again, we're tracking those changes as well as the latest on Sunday, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Decision 2020.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. What's missing here? Why, that would be snow. It's been a very slow start to the snow season, only 7 inches for the city of Utica. We are tracking some light snow returning tonight and another chance on Sunday. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few light snow showers to the north tonight. Quick look at January's changing weather as we head throughout the month. Temperatures don't get that much colder going forward. Our average high drops by 1 degree, the average low by 2 degrees between now and the end of the month. We do see a change in daylight. We gain 52 minutes of daylight, and we'll see our first 5 o'clock sunset of the year coming up in just a couple of weeks. Colder weather on the horizon, high temperatures tomorrow in the 20s. Look at the wind chill into the teens heading throughout tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, so it's going to get a lot colder throughout the day. Cold front arrives tonight, produces a quick burst of snow to the area tomorrow. Again, watch out for a few slippery spots very early in the morning. The snow comes to an end, skies begin to clear out. As we head into the afternoon, again, it's a cold day, temperatures in the 20s throughout the afternoon. Cold tomorrow night, overnight lows drop down into the teens and single digits. Friday, looking at mostly cloudy skies with highs in the upper 20s. Again, a trace to 2 inches of snowfall expected tonight and early tomorrow across the Mohawk and southern valleys. 2 to 4 inches possible along the north country. We're watching the weekend. Saturday night, an area of low pressure approaches the northeast, bringing widespread snow. The latest computer model data shows the heaviest snow looks to fall south of our area, and some of the newest model information continues to point to this. So as we're getting more consistent data over the next 24 hours, we will be drawing our first official snowfall forecast. But right now, we're thinking inches compared to feet across our area. So again, it doesn't look like we'll be seeing a blockbuster event. We'll continue to keep you posted. Snow showers tonight, low of 29. Tomorrow, again, snow showers in the morning. It cools down throughout the day. That high of 32 happens early. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Teens tomorrow night, 20s on Friday, sunshine. Saturday looks dry. Saturday night, snow breaks out. Light snow on Sunday. We're watching Tuesday and Wednesday of next week some pretty strong signals of a larger storm, bigger than what we would be seeing over the weekend. Thinking at this point a wintry mix, and we'll keep you posted.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Bill. Some great news. Now for our first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Kardis. And everybody's talking about Sunday. Now they're talking about next week. Let's talk about tonight into tomorrow right now, because a little bit of stuff on the roads, right?
And I think things like tonight, tomorrow can often get missed when you're focused on things in the long range. We'll get to Sunday too, but tonight there's going to be some snow, and there could be a couple of slippery spots first thing tomorrow morning, so just be aware of that. Also, a big drop in temperature is expected tomorrow. Wind chills will be in the teens by later in the day, so we do have some winter weather to get through before we take a closer look at Sunday. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A cold front is on the way from the north, and this is going to instigate Lake Ontario. It's going to create some lake effect snow, and that will be moving in first thing tomorrow morning. Temperature-wise, 35 degrees. I know that's not a warm temperature, but it really is for January 3rd. Being at night, we're usually in the teens. It's another one of those warm nights that's been an ongoing theme here this winter. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s, some snow showers. Colder air does arrive temporarily. We're tracking that and also the latest on Sunday, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Decision 20.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Kardis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. A noticeable absence of snow. It's been the case for most of December and early January. We do have a couple of chances of seeing some snow in the future here over the next 7 days. It starts tonight as a cold front drops in from the northwest. We can see some snow showers developing over Lake Ontario. This is the beginning of some light snow that will be arriving tomorrow morning. Let's talk about January. Our weather is about as cold as it gets throughout the whole year. Our average high only goes down 1 degree between now and January 31st. We gain 52 minutes of daylight, and we'll see our first 5 o'clock sunset of the year beginning January 23rd. A cold day tomorrow. It starts out in the low 30s, and it gets colder throughout the afternoon. The wind chill drops into the teens as the winds pick up. So a relatively mild start for January, but it is going to be a lot colder later in the day, and make sure you're dressed for that. Looking at some scattered snow showers here tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. A quick burst of snow for tomorrow morning's commute. Then it comes to an end as the colder weather settles in. Cold tomorrow night, temperatures in the teens and single digits. Looking at dry weather on Friday. Snowfall accumulation, most of this falls tomorrow morning. A trace to 2 inches of snowfall for the Mohawk and Southern Valleys. 2 to 4 inches of snow possible across the North Country, where that lake effect snow will be slightly more robust. 4 to 8 inches in the Tug Hill. We're continuing to follow the trend for the weekend. It looks like widespread light snow is expected Saturday night and into Sunday. There's still some disagreements as to the track of this storm, but our hunch is the heaviest snow looks to pass to our south with a more southern track of the coastal storm. We'll keep an eye on this, and our plan is to come out with a snowfall forecast tomorrow as we get more information. Another piece of model data comes in tomorrow that will really help us put together the forecast. Snow pushes south tonight, low of 29. Tomorrow, snow showers early in the day, an early high of 32. Again, it's a lot colder in the afternoon. Friday's high 29 degrees after starting out in the teens, or dry Saturday, light snow Sunday. We do have to watch next week. I know it's several days away, but we're getting some strong signals of a larger area of low pressure for Tuesday and Wednesday, likely bringing a wintry mix and wind. So again, something we'll be following as we head into early next week.
All right, thank you, Bill. Great news today.